Hey, yo, Curtis, man, I don't know about it. The title of this video sound like you finna start selling beats again. Not a damn chance, but I know there's many producers out there that follow this channel looking for advice on how to maximize their beat selling business. That doesn't mean I don't have advice for you. And I think today, when I share with you a formula that I used to use with my favorite type beat artists like a J. Cole or a Kendrick release a project, I can give you some strategies that are going to help you eat. I used to clean up during this time period when an album dropped because, you know, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, music producers, first and foremost, thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy the content, definitely hit that like button. If you got something to say, leave it in the comments. And also, if you want to stick around a little bit longer, subscribe to us. Now, that being said, J. Cole just recently dropped the off-season album. I did a reaction video in which I was kind of giving my first listen analysis of it. You can go ahead and watch that up there. But that being said, after listening to it, it kind of reminded me of a time period in my production career where when an album like this dropped, especially because these artists don't drop albums all the time, like when an artist like this, that's like the new age Mount Rushmore of lyricism, you're gonna want to pay attention to it, especially one, as a fan, and two, as a producer trying to sell beats that are like the type of beats they would rap over. Now, aside from you just possibly being a fan of this artist, this is a time where I used to remember rappers hitting up my DMs. The beat buying rappers, they hit my DMs up. They email me like, yo, Curtis, man, you heard that new J. Cole? And I'm like, I already know what you finna ask. I'm just saying, Curtis, you heard that J. Cole? And I'm like, yeah, fam, I heard it. Man, track 4 kind of go crazy, bro. That beat, man, it just got a little something, make me feel a certain way. And I already know what's coming up after that. It's either a custom order or they want me to make a beat like that and put it on my website. Now, when I tried to do that in the past, it felt like it wasn't that different from every other producer who does that. I want to share with you a strategy that helped me literally 4x, 5x my beat sales during a time period like this, because there is a small window. Since everybody's talking about the off season, I think it's a small window of time that you could take advantage of if you can get off some beats that sound like they're in the aesthetic of the off season. Now, you may be asking, why do I need strategy? I could just listen to it and just kind of guesstimate. Because you want to make sure that you're on point and that when artists hear it, they say, oh yeah, immediately, this is a J. Cole type of beat. Maybe you have that skill set. Most producers don't have that skill set to just pick up and make a beat that sounds exactly like that. So let me share with you my strategy. First and foremost, the thing that you want to do is Google the BPMs of the project. Now, I found that somebody made a playlist. I actually double checked most of these and all of these are accurate. What you want to do first is basically get a breakdown of the BPMs. Now, as I'm looking at this, I'm seeing that it's falling between, we're actually going to take the double time and make it halftime. So it's about 72 BPMs. You see 99, you see 140, which is really 70. I'm going to basically take all of these numbers, okay? Because the first thing you want to do is identify the average BPM. So why do you need the average BPMs? You need that because that's going to help you determine what kind of range should I stay in. You can't just pick a random sample and pick a random drum loop and say that's a J. Cole. I mean, I guess you could, but it's not going to be accurate, especially if rappers are falling in love. Your future or potential buyers are falling in love with this project. You want to get into the heart of this project. And so what I did was I actually use a website called calculator.net that allows me to see the average BPM of all of these beats here. Now, I basically entered in all the BPMs as they're listed here, and I saw that the average BPM of this project is 85 beats per minute. That doesn't mean you got to make nothing but 85, but you really want to stay close to that range because that represents the heart and the aesthetic and at least the rhythm and tempo of this project. So if I was sitting here strategizing, I would say, okay, 85 to like 90. That is probably because J. Cole is a lyricist that needs slower BPMs to get those multi-syllable rhyme schemes off and for us to hear it and for it to not feel rushed. Cool. Got it. Sounds good. Got the average BPM. That's going to let me know what kind of BPMs I should be fooling around with. Now that I have that, I want to start listening to songs that fall closest to that BPM that I actually like, because the next phase of this is going to be taking pretty much the heart of your favorite song that falls in that BPM range and copying the drum loop to a T. I don't feel no damn shame. Copy the drum loop. Yes, copy the drum loop to the best of your ability and then add some things here and there, some flavor and some characteristics that really make it stand out. after I do that, let's go ahead and see which one is really resonating with me right now. I think that Let Go My Hand is resonating. This is 90 beats per minute and it's C sharp major. Okay, so let me find a sample that kind of falls along with that. I already took the liberty of getting in here and opening up the sample. So I went to Amazon, which you can definitely download the MP3 version of the song legally. And I got the MP3 version. I downloaded it, boom, boom, boom. And I already know it's 90 beats per minute. Cool. So what I did was I went into Edison and FL Studio. You can do this in any DAW, of course. And I basically looped around the part where the drums are the most noticeable. And it's where he's kind of humming over the top of it. I'm not going to play this because we're not getting flagged, but I'm going to try to play as much as I can. So as you're hearing that and you're kind of hearing them humming over the top of it, something that I do before I even try to duplicate at their speed is I make it actually slower 50% here in the playlist. Here's what it sounds like when it's slowed down, like even the halftime of halftime. What I'm listening for is like, where do some of the hi-hats and the kicks and the snares hit? If I can find where the kicks and the snares hit and the hi-hats, then I can pretty much get a good idea for a drum loop after. So I hear boom. I hear boom. So now having that, I basically would speed it up. I'm not going to do it in this video because we're not getting flagged. But after sitting with that drum loop and following all the hi-hat hits and all the kicks and the snares, so basically I built my drums here first. Let's listen to it. That's pretty damn close. Let's play it right here and let's see how it sounds like over the top of this. And I'm actually going to pitch this down in hopes that it won't get us flagged, but you know, you just never know. That sounds pretty damn accurate to me. Now, something else that I added, instead of using the live kick from this kit, what I did was I took some kicks that already had sort of that, I don't know, that fat one-shot type of aesthetic to them. And I found that in Drums That Knock Volume 8 by the homie Decap. And so when I did that, I found pretty much the same kind of balance you get in the original sample. So I took that, consolidated it down, this whole pattern, and I pitched it down, and this was the drum loop that I ended up settling upon. I pitched it down about 100 cents, and I also flew it to channel 7. Channel 7 has a few different things going on here. I got this RC20 on here. Yes, I still use RC20, even though I got my own plugin at TapeBoyPlugin.com. It's okay. And then I also use this muffled gray preset in this Native Instruments plugin called Byte. Also, I added some smack attack to make sure the drums are still coming through really crispy. And when I do that, that's what you got. I had this theory, and I've tested it out many a times when I was selling beats, is that if you get the drums right, you're almost like 80% the way there. Because rappers, when they're saying they want a type of beat like a J. Cole, they're not saying they want to rap like J. Well, some of them want to rap like J. Cole on the beat, but they're saying they want something that lets them kind of get into that pocket. So it's up to me to figure out what that is on a rhythm level first. Now that I did that, the next thing I did was open up Splice, and this is just sort of something I would do as like a combination of maybe like 5 or 10 beats that I make during this period of time when everybody's talking about the J. Cole project. Now that I got that, I'm looking for something that fits sort of the moody vibes that are in the background of the sample reference for Let Go My Hand. I found this piano and I pitched it down. I actually had it at C sharp major. Let's see what it sounds like. So I chopped it up a little bit, added the drums. That sounds fire. So there were other elements that I think was necessary in bringing out sort of this reference that is going to make folks say like, damn, no, for sure J. Cole's on this. So what I did was I actually opened up Splice and I started searching individually in the brass and woodwinds for sounds that really brought out sort of the saxophone and flute nature of it. So I found some saxophones. I didn't really settle on any flutes, but here's how it sounds. That's fire. Woo. All right, so that's sounding good together with these drums and with the melody. Only thing now is I had to make sure that I found a bass line that really fit the same reference we're coming back from. So part of that is identifying what kind of bass it is on the original. And from what I heard, it sounded like a live bass, so that's what I added to it. So here's it is. So that's sounding pretty dope. This already could go up if I was selling beats on a beat store and I would be like, yo, this is a J. Cole type beat. No denying it. You know exactly that I referenced a song from here. But in order to really make sure that it's on point, I actually went to this website called phonicmind.com, and with the song that I bought, I uploaded it to this website, and they actually create some pretty clean acapellas out of original songs. So if you go to phonicmind.com, I'll leave it in the description below. You're going to see that you can actually separate these by sounds, the original sample and all of that. So if I play this, they do a pretty good job of getting stuff out the background. I've been using this website for quite some time, and so what I did was I used it, I downloaded the vocal stem, and then I added it here just to see how it sounds, and then I changed the note on it so that it fits the vibe of what I have going on here, and here's what it sounds like with just the acapella over the top.
Sometimes I question whether this shit matters, putting substance into something in the world so used to instant gratification. I found this instrumental on my phone while on vacation, each end of the year ago or so. I probably heard.
And that's pretty much the process. That process right there, it may seem like there's some things that are extra. Don't skip it. Try it out and let me know how it works out for you. This right here, though, when I did that to a few of the songs that I identified with, one, I used the references almost like a training wheel to get me into the aesthetic and the vibe that all these producers were in when creating this project. Two, it helped me to kind of at some point in time branch off and find my pocket in that and say, you know what, I kind of know what direction or what aesthetic and what energy this is in. Now I have a direction. Now I'm about to just start making more beats, but try that out. The last time I did that, I had one of the highest selling beats that I've ever had, and it was right after I think a Schoolboy Q album dropped. But this right here already sounds like a J. Cole type beat. That's my process though. Let me know if it helps you. Let me know if you have a different process in the comments below. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure that you like, subscribe to this channel, share it with a friend. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Once again, it's Curtis King of SlapExperts.com and CurtisKingTV.com. Have a good one. Peace.
Look up, Nazi. Say cheese.